didn't know through this experience because I didn't know where I actually met her. I actually met her in 1972. I was too young to remember. She came abroad, like my mom said, from Taiwan, and her and my shahadi stayed with us for a few months, and that's when I got to know her. My first memory of her was actually much later in life. I think it was in Lexington when she was studying to become a U.S. citizen, like you heard earlier. I actually taught her English. I imagine she taught me Chinese, and that was a very, very good relationship. And is that working? Oh, can you guys all hear me? Hello? Yeah? Okay. I'll just speak louder if it doesn't work. Anyways, I got to know her, and I realized that her English was pretty good. When white Americans, for lack of a better term, would come over, she would say, "How are you?" or "I am fine." And it was a good way to practice for her. She passed her exam, her oral exam of that application, the very first try. It's a testament to her intelligence, her commitment, as well as her capabilities. When I think about the great things that she did for us, I always go back to the food. And I think you'll hear that over and over again today. So I'll talk about my favorite dishes. The ones I remember at least. I can't ever find those dishes again. Let's see, we were visiting Jay in Cupertino, and we were playing tennis that day. We were so thirsty, so hot. We came back home and she'd been cooking all day, and she made these meat stuffed peppers. Oh, they're so good. But they're so spicy. And that's the problem. For every bite you take, you drink a glass of water, because it's so spicy. It doesn't help. And neither does rice. So someone said, try the rice. It doesn't work either. But the problem is you can't stop eating it. They're so spicy. Your mouth is burning. And so you just drink the water. I think I had 4 bowls of rice and 4 glasses of water that day. That was really good. And then the one thing I learned about Grandma, while she could cook so well, she liked fast food. And so there's a certain dish that she liked, a fast food dish that I'm not sure if people know. My mom didn't know until yesterday. Grandma liked hot dogs. And I found out on a cruise a few decades ago, because on the cruise you eat all the time. And at snack time, I always noticed that Grandma always had a hot dog. Actually, after 2 cruises, she was still eating hot dogs. And I said, "Grandma, why are you eating hot dogs? There's shrimp, there's crab legs, why hot dogs?" And well, she wanted hot dogs. So, and then one of my first educations in the culinary arts came through studying Grandma's food. She made this dish called 肉丝, or shredded pork in English. And it's shredded pork all finely done in these long strings with some vegetables. And it's so good. It's so good with rice. It's so good with scallion pancakes, whatever. It melts in your mouth. It has that texture that you crave in all foods. And I asked her, "Mom, why is it so good?" And Mom said, "Because Popo cuts everything so thin, so fine." And I said, "Oh." And I thought about it some more. I'm like, "Oh yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Because there's celery in there. I don't eat celery. And there's carrots in there. I don't eat carrots either. I eat meat. I eat the roe. I want the roe for the roast, so I don't want the other stuff. But when you cut the vegetables so thin, and they melt in your mouth, it's unbelievable. And it's all woven into the meat. So you can't just pick the meat out either. Right? I would do that. I would pick the pork out of the vegetables if it was cut bigger. But she took the time and the energy to cut the vegetables so thin, like vermicelli. It's an amazing dish. And I realized, I said, wow, why does Grandma, I mean, she can do this, she can cook so well, why did she cook it so thin? And now I think back, I said, well, she took hours to prep it. I ate it in 5 minutes. I inhaled it in 5 minutes. It probably took her 3 hours to prepare that dish. Why does she do that? I know she can, she's capable. She was an expert at cooking. But it's because she loved us. That's why she took that time to cook the way she cooked. And that was really, really cool. So later in life, I was lucky to move to California because I got to spend more time with her. I think I was the #2 emergency contact. So if Xiaoayi was not available, and if my mom was not available, then I got the call. This is no problem. And I remember a couple months where they were both on vacation. I probably went there every Wednesday night, and Hui Qing, thank you Hui Qing, would cook dinner for me and Grandma, and we just had dinner. And later on, my wife would join us. Well, to be wife at that time, but she would come with us. So I got 12 years in the area to get to know her better. I'm also, I wasn't here when she passed away. She passed away on a Thursday at 2 p.m. and I was in France with my family. So it's too bad that I couldn't say goodbye, but I know that she's with me now all the time. And finally, I know that my son Landon will never get to know his great-grandmother, but I take comfort in the fact that he met her once. And he was only, I think, 10 weeks old when we went to see her. When you look through the montage that Linda put together, you will see a picture. And that picture represents, at that time, the oldest living person in our family. Grandma was 100 in Chinese terms on that time. And the youngest person in our family in a single shot. And Landon, who is 1 by Chinese terms. That's 99 years between the two. And it's 4 generations. Right? That one picture represents 4 generations of this family, a century worth of effort, making it work in this country, America, USA. It represents a century's worth of our life together. It also represents her, my Popo's legacy, because she is responsible for all of us. And we owe that to her, and we should thank her for that.